some fans were taken back when they saw the roster today.
Sure.
Like a 40 scholarship guys, something like that. I mean, you want to be a head coach, but this is not the best circumstances, but I'm sure you're going to make the most of them.
Of course, yeah. I mean, again, I told you guys earlier on, there'll be no excuses for us. We've been preparing our butts off, and our kids are hungry. When opportunities come up, wherever the reason may be, it's a next man up mentality. You know what I mean? And so, there's a bunch of kids that are eager and hungry to go out there and perform and play, and we're going to put them in the best position to do that. So, you will not hear one excuse from me about the roster.
What have you seen from some guys like Demarius McGee and Lloyd Cole, some of those other guys in the secondary that suddenly looks really thin?
Sure. Just like I said, there's a lot of young guys that are working really hard. When I say young guys that may not have gotten as many opportunities in the regular season. And so as coaches, our job is to really find, what they do well, and accent that, So that's been the challenge here really, just during bowl preparation is coming up with a plan that, is sound, allows us to have success against Kansas State and puts our players in the best position. So I'm proud of the way these kids have been working. These guys have been unbelievable in this whole process from the onset of bowl prep until now, and they want to win the game. That's the biggest piece of it. They want to win. There's nothing about what we're doing right now that's casual or guys just going through the motion. There's a bunch of kids here. Our expectation is to go out there and win. We're going to do it.
Are we starting to see Brian Kelly's discipline and some of his things being implemented on this team?
Yes, absolutely. He and I have collaborated. The big piece is bridging the gap. You know what I mean? We obviously want to finish this season off the right way and then really springboard, into the 22 season. Obviously, Coach Kelly will lead us, and so there's been things that we've kind of implemented in doses, if you will, and that that meet the expectation level of how he wants practice ran and those things. So the kids have welcomed it. Change is inevitable, but it's not always a bad thing. You know what I mean? And so some of the things that we've done in regards to how we practice, the kids have actually welcomed it. They've been excited about it, and I think it's going to benefit us in the long run.
Are some of those kids not here because of Coach Kelly? Discipline, like suspension?
There's a lot of things. I mean, you look at, the roster and what we've battled. You start with COVID. There's a piece of that. You got injuries. You've got opt-outs. You've got some, perhaps disciplinary issues and things like that. But by and large, Coach Kelly obviously wants, every able-bodied player that can participate here, and so for whatever the reasons may be, we have a limited roster, but again, there's no excuses. We're going to win this game.
Coach, I saw where Garrett's number one on the depth chart. But
yeah.
Have you heard anything actually from the NCAA? Did he get a waiver, or do you not know?
I've heard from the NCAA. That's sure.
Okay, but you're not saying what they said. Is that correct? Right now?
That's 100% accurate.
Yeah, gotcha.
You bet.
Yeah.
Brad, are you in the belief that a bowl game this far away from the next season can help you build any kind of momentum for 2022? Absolutely.
I mean, just the practices alone are worth their weight in gold. You look at the guys that haven't gone through bowl preparation. They've been done playing since Thanksgiving. And so for us, it's allowed us to continue to keep our players in shape, keep them engaged, keep them together. I think in terms of that, building that team aspect, of your program. Them being together really is the only way you can do that, And so what this has been more than anything for us has been a bridge, to help these guys get over through this transition, And so for our guys, what's normal for them is playing football, And so they don't have time to focus on, any of the noise or distractions or things going on outside of our program. Right now, we have a really, really talented Kansas State football team that wants to beat us. And we have to put all of our energy into preparing to beat them. And so that's the only thing right now we're focused on.
Just a couple more, guys.
Coaching the offensive line, Cordell Thomas, he came in big expectations. Look like he's playing a little bit more. Is he kind of coming into his own?
I'm proud of him. He has been a kid that has, obviously he came in here highly touted prospect, and had some setbacks, and I will tell you that he has he certainly models a kid that loves LSU. With some people in today's climate, when things don't go well immediately, they may perhaps look for another opportunity or move on, and that never has been a thought in his mind. He has done everything we've asked him to do. He works his butt off. I'm extremely proud of him. So he continues to progress every day. He's made our room better.
What concerns you most about K-State?
Well, I wouldn't say what concerns me. What I would say is, what we're preparing for is going to be a physical football game, and certainly, in the SEC, that's the brand that we play. And so, we're excited about it. They're talented. They have a really good running back. They're going to try to establish the run game. And so that's a challenge for us. We've got to be able to stop it. For us offensively, we've got to go out there and execute. That's been an issue at times for us this year, in terms of consistency. And so we've got to go establish that early on. But our guys understand what's ahead of us, from a challenge standpoint, and we've been preparing our butts off for it. It's going to be a good game. We're excited.
Major Burns traveled with y'all. Is there a chance he could play in this game, come back from injury?
No. Major won't be in the game.
Last one.
I talked to Blake Baker. He said he gave you a bear hug when he found out you were retained. And,
Yeah.
it seems like if you were not a likable guy, that this could have been a problem. All these coaches aren't coming back. You're the one guy that's coming back. How do you think the dynamics work? I mean, obviously you've been able to, make these guys really respect you.
You know what? I'll just try to be myself, and I try to be as empathetic as I can to, what everybody's going through, coaches, players. Transition is difficult, but it's also part of this profession, and so what I challenge our coaches to do is to indeed be what they are, which is professionals. We all care about our players. That's the one thing that's our common bond. So, regardless of what's going to happen, for some of our coaches, after this game, we're going to enjoy every moment that we have to coach these players and lead them to a victory. So we're awfully excited about that opportunity. As it pertains to our players, shoot, man, I just tried, like I said, be myself. I was one of these guys at one point. I went through a coaching change as a player. I understand, that there's, feelings attached to coaches, and yet, you also understand that it's a part of the game. With the analogy I use for our players is if you're drafted one day into, San Diego, and you may play, make it through your first contract, your second contract, you could be in New England. It's just part of it. So you have to adjust. You can't get caught up in, the feelings element of it. You've got to be a professional and move forward and progress every day. So we've been focusing on those things. Our kids have handled that very well, and I'm excited to go play this game.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
2 questions for Mike Jones.
2.
Keeping it short.
Two good ones.
You need to have one?
Hope you don't lose your voice.
Who's Coach Kelly?
A lot of pressure. I think it's got to be 2 home runs.
That's it.
It's like doing a song for a soundtrack rivalry. That'd be good. You get one.
Whenever you're ready.
Collectively, how challenging has the last month been for you and for the team? Coaches coming, going, players leaving, to keep you guys together to play in this game?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's been a challenge to keep us together to play in the game. It's been different things I guess one could say as challenges, but, like with a lot of adversity, especially at this level, it's only brought guys together. You got to lean more on each other when all right, we might be missing this or we might be missing this. That just makes you go harder for your brothers. And so, like I said, I don't even look at it as challenges. I just look at it as opportunities, for guys to step up and, people to do things that, maybe they might not have had a chance to do before. And so,
Austin said yesterday that Coach Davis has done a really good job of keeping everybody accountable over the last month as y'all are dealing with all this. What sort of things has he done to keep y'all accountable as a team through practice?
The main thing I would say is just keeping it real. Like everybody knows, this is an adjustment period for us here at LSU. Things are not the same as probably as it was when guys were recruited or guys that have been here, for multiple years. It's not the same. And so, transparency is what's really going to get guys, in the right position. That's what you need, especially when you don't know what's necessarily going to happen next. And so he's kept it real with us. Guys know what to expect, know where to be, and, just to go get our jobs done and, handle our business.
Brandon's back. He said you can have more questions.
Do one more. We're just going to get the guys through. Or not. Okay.
The running back they've got, he obviously is a big offensive weapon. What are the challenges he presents for you in this?
He's a quick, shifty guy. They do a great job of giving him the ball in, many ways. And, we just got to find a way to shut him down, whether it's in the passing game, in the running game. We absolutely know we got to stop the run. But, the offense works through him. And so find a way to, hopefully put him in a bottle, and shut him down any way we can. That's one of the main goals of the defense. We're going to find a way to do that, if we want to win the game.
Thanks, Mike. Got Liam Shanahan.
Your name is?
Liam Shanahan.
I'm teasing you. It's me, for better.
Oh, I didn't even recognize it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing the last like month and a half, so.
I was just best way. It was like, I guess he got a mask on. He doesn't see what we're going. Liam, you were a transfer. College football is since you came to LSU, college football has only gotten more fluid, I guess you'd say, with the transfer portal and all these things that guys opting out. How do you approach it? In terms of guys making those decisions, and then you have guys who are still here with you wanting to play in this bowl game. How do you view all of it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, in the transfer portal, I think I got in there a little bit before it got kind of crazy like it is these days. But at the end of the day, everybody's got to do what they feel is best for them and their families. But in terms of this game, all we want is the guys that are still here with us. They're the guys. Everyone that's here now has been here with us since day one of fall camp. And as we've gone through this season, we've only gotten closer and closer as a group. And it feels like now we're really at the point where we really just want to do this for one another and play together as a team and go out on Tuesday night and show that to everyone watching.
In what ways, if any, have sort of the structure around practice or the facility or anything sort of changed over the last sort of month with Coach Davis in charge and a staff sort of in transition?
Yeah, I mean, things have been a little bit different, just our practice schedule, daily routines and stuff. But it's been good. All the changes have been good. The energy around the team, the last few weeks has been as good as it's been since I've been here. Everyone that's here now, like I kind of just said, we're all here for each other, to play for each other, and to go out one more time and play as a team and do what we can to get a win on Tuesday.
What growth have you seen out of Cordell Thomas the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, Cardell, he's a funny guy. He's someone, he's definitely had a lot of setbacks in his time from getting hurt right when he got here and stuff. But, I'll never question, his desire to want to get better and want to play and be on the field. So the last few weeks of the season, I was really happy for him that he was able to kind of get out there and finally, get some playing time here at LSU. He did a good job for us. So that's something I hope for him he can continue doing going forward.
Any surprises for you on that depth chart that apparently came out today?
I didn't even see it, so I can't comment on that.
There's apparently only 40 scholarship guys.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell by looking around our team meeting room and stuff, we're a little thin, but like I said, we're all we got, we all we need, so we're all really excited to go out and play one more time as a team on Tuesday night.
Is there some excitement in that some perhaps a guy that no one's ever heard of before could make a play?
Yeah, absolutely. All the guys that maybe haven't had playing time so far this year that are going to get their chance, I'm really happy for them. Like I said, we all been together as a team. They've been busting their ass since August when camp started. So for them to stick with it throughout this whole season and finally getting their chance, I'm really excited to see what some of these guys can do.
Okay, thank you, Lane. We got Ed. We got very limited time before we got to roll.
Mm-hmm. And then Austin.
Thanks, man. Good job.
I got the drop that bigger.
Bringing the offensive line, they better be good.
So some people were taken back when they saw the 2 deep today. It's 41 scholarship players.
Yeah.
How do you feel about? 2 years ago you're on 15-0 national championship team, and now it's just a lot different. How does it feel?
It's different. But it's the same. It's pretty much a lot of the same people I play with on that team too, and a lot of new faces as well. We have to make with what we got right now. We didn't have as good a season as we did that year, but we still can end this season with a winning season. So that's our mindset going into this game.
What have you seen out of Cordell Thomas? Finally getting on the field, getting a chance to play. He had a lot of high expectations. I know it had been disappointing, but it looks like he's perhaps coming around.
He's been doing a lot of hard work. He's been in the playbook. He's been watching. He's been doing film study and stuff, and taking some hard critiquing by the coaches, some hard criticism, and just rolling with it and just trying to improve his whole performance as a whole.
What jumps out at you about Kansas State?
I guess just because how hard they play. They're not going to just roll over like any team. They play similar defense to Arkansas or Ole Miss. And so we know that going out there, we can't underestimate them. They all are hard-working players as well. They're great coaches. They're great players. So.
What is sort of just, in what ways has Coach Davis sort of tried to handle this transition over the last few weeks? You know, there's a lot of things in flux. What sort of things has he done to keep y'all as players focused?
He's trying to just keep it simple, you know, just telling us the truth, just pretty much reminding us what we came here to do. We didn't come here just to have fun. We came here ultimately to win the game, and so we're on a mission right now, and we plan on winning this game.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for your